I want to consider one sum and partnership admission wherein concept of memoranda revaluation account is taken care of. Look at the sum. Ramesh and Naresh are partners of a partnership firm sharing profits and losses in equal proportion. Balance sheet as on 30th June 2005, land, building, debtor, stock, cash and bank balance and outstanding income are found on the asset side. On liability side, capital accounts balance, bank overdraft and creditors. On the date of balance sheet, Ramesh and Naresh admitted Pankaj as a new partner in a partnership firm on the following terms. Pankaj should bring 25,000 in cash against 1/4 share in future profits. The value of goodwill is determined 40,000. Pankaj is not able to bring his share of goodwill in cash. Pankaj has decided to show the goodwill at its full value. So goodwill is to be disclosed at its full value in the balance sheet. Generally, disclosure of goodwill in the balance sheet at its full value is not permitted as per the accounting standard 10, but at 12th level, as you are asked or you are specifically instructed in the sum to raise and disclose the goodwill in the balance sheet, so we are doing that. Value of land and building is determined 1,20,000. Provide 10% bad debt reserve on debtors. Value of stock is reduced by 8,000. Outstanding bank overdraft of interest 5,000. Out of the creditors 2,000 not payable. Most important point now. If partners decide to show the assets and liabilities at its old value after the admission of a new partner, so the partners decide not to alter the values of assets and liabilities in a balance sheet that is prepared after admission of a partner. At the same time, they want to give the effect of revaluation of assets and liabilities. So what they really intend to do, say for example, land and building is 1 lakh. Valuation made is how much? 1,20,000. So land and building 1 lakh. There is an increase of 20,000 in its value that is to be considered for admission purpose. But after admission, the value of land and building should appear in the balance sheet at its original value, that is 1 lakh. So what you have to do? You have to prepare one revaluation account known as memoranda revaluation account. Memoranda revaluation account is bifurcated into two parts. Revaluation of assets and liabilities before giving admission to a partner, and the reversal of revaluation of assets and liabilities after admission of a partner. That is the second part of memoranda revaluation account. So first, increase in value of land and building will be credited to memoranda revaluation account on the credit side in the first part, and the same 20,000 will be debited to the second part of the memoranda revaluation account. By then what happens? The value of land and building in a balance sheet after admission remains same as it was there in the balance sheet before admission of a partner. Let me take another instance. The value of stock is to be reduced by 8,000. Stock is 40,000. There is a reduction of 8,000. Reduction in the value of stock is a loss. Is to be debited to memoranda revaluation account first part. Initial part, first part. Memoranda revaluation account first part is debited with 8,000, and the second part of the memoranda revaluation account gets credited with 8,000. What happens? Decrease in value of stock 8,000 before giving admission of a partner, admission to a partner, and after admission of a partner, there is an increase in the value of stock 8,000. So value of stock remains 40,000 even after admission of a partner which existed in a balance sheet before admission of a partner. So memorandum revaluation account is prepared in two parts. First part before admission, second part after admission. Whatever the value of asset that has gone down in the first part will be reversed in the second part. And this is how the value of assets and liabilities are maintained in the balance sheet, and at the same time we give the accounting treatment, we give the accounting effect of revaluation of assets and liabilities. This is what is being questioned in the sum, and that is evident from this statement. Partners decide to show the assets and liabilities at an old value after the admission of a new partner. Now I start with the sum. This is my memorandum revaluation account. This is partner's capital account. This is cash and bank account. Here I prepare balance sheet after admission of a partner, wherein all the assets and liabilities values are to be kept as they were before admission. Consider the revaluation adjustment. Land and building 1 lakh. Valuation made is 1,20,000. Now, how to prepare the memorandum revaluation account that is to be bifurcated into two parts. Look at it. Memorandum revaluation account. Before admission, what revaluation is made? After admission, the revaluation made before admission is reversed. Or means nullified. Say for example, 1 lakh is the value of land and building. 1,20,000 increased 20,000. After admission, 1,20,000. Value to be maintained 1 lakh, so decrease is 20,000. So before admission there is an increase in value of land and building. After admission there is a decrease in value of land and building. This will be recorded in the first part of the revaluation account. This decrease will be recorded in the second part of revaluation account. So this part is known as before admission. This part is known as after admission. So this 20,000 before admission being gained credited and decrease in the value of asset being lost debited to a memorandum revaluation account, that is after admission, second part of the memorandum revaluation account. And the value of land and building will be same in a new balance sheet as it was before. This is how the memorandum revaluation account gets prepared. Now let me consider the next adjustment. Provide for 10% bad debt reserve on debtors. So 2,000 is the bad debt reserve that is in the balance sheet. Required bad debt reserve is 22,000 into 10%, 2,200. So additional provision required, increase in bad debt reserve provision required is 200. After admission, this increase in the bad debt reserve will be reversed. So 2,200 is the bad debt reserve. Value to be maintained 2,000. So decrease in the bad debt reserve is 200. Now this part will be recorded in the first part of the memorandum revaluation account, and this part will be recorded in the second part of memorandum revaluation account. Additional provision made. So memorandum revaluation account debit, and for this 200, memorandum revaluation account is credited. Here the revaluation account is debited, here it is reversed. Before admission it is debit, after admission it is credit. So value of bad debt reserve is maintained, is same as it was before. Notice that I report in a balance sheet after admission. 22,000 minus 2,000. So 20,000 was the original value, new value is also 20,000. So original value is maintained. At the same time, the effect of change in bad debt reserve is also accounted for. How it's accounted for? First, initial effect is given and then it is reversed. So original value gets maintained. Next. Value of stock is to be reduced by 8,000. Here it is 40,000. Reduced by 8,000. 32,000 is the new value. After admission, 32,000 is to be maintained at 40,000. So increase in value of stock is 8,000. This decrease before admission, loss, debited. This increase after admission, gain, credited. So first part of memoranda revaluation account is debited and second part of memoranda revaluation account is credited. So decrease in the value of stock in the first part of memoranda revaluation account is reversed in the second part of memoranda revaluation account. First part is known as before admission, second part is known as after admission. And the value of stock remains same in a balance sheet after admission. So stock remains at the same value, 40,000, that was there in a balance sheet prior to admission, at the same time giving the effect of reduction in the value of stock. This is how it's accounted for by preparing memoranda revaluation account. Next. Outstanding interest on bank overdraft. Interest outstanding, total liability 50,000. Increase in liabilities or loss debited to first part of memoranda revaluation account, and when it is reversed, it will be credited to second part of memoranda revaluation account. 50,000. So this 5,000 debited and this 5,000 credited, it is reversed. So original value, interest outstanding at zero level or bank overdraft at 45,000 will be maintained in the new balance sheet. Next. Out of creditors, 2,000 are not payable. Creditors are 20,000. Not payable 2,000 gain. This gain is credited to first part of the memoranda revaluation account, and this gain will be reversed in the second part of memoranda revaluation account, so it will be debited. So 18,000, value to be maintained. So not payable, reverse, so value to be maintained how much? 20,000. This gain is credited in the first part, this loss debited in the first part, and the creditors reported in the new balance sheet at its old value. So in a new balance sheet, creditors are reported at 20,000. Revaluation adjustments are taken into consideration. Now, step 2, copy the remaining details of balance sheet. Cash balance, balance brought forward. Outstanding income balance sheet asset side. Capital of Ramesh and Naresh recorded in the credit side of capital account. Capital credited to the respective partners' capital account. Now this first part of memoranda revaluation account, this is before admission. This is after admission. Before admission there were two partners. So whatever the profit or loss of first part is there, that will be distributed in the old ratio that is equal. Whatever the profit or loss is there in the second part of the memoranda revaluation account, this part is after admission. After admission there are three partners. And what is the profit sharing ratio of three partners? The profit sharing ratio of three partners is 3:2. The new profit sharing ratio after admission, let us work out. Suppose that profit is ₹8. 1/4 profit is given to Pankaj. So 8 into 1/4, 2 rupees are given to Pankaj. Out of 8, 2 rupees are given to Pankaj. Profit left is almost 6, distributed equally. 3 is the profit of Ramesh, 3 is the profit of Naresh. So profit sharing ratio is 3:2. So whatever the profit or loss is there for the second part of the memoranda revaluation account, that will be distributed in the ratio of 3:2. Why 3:2? Because this is a revaluation profit or loss after admission of a partner, and after admission of a partner, Pankaj is also a partner, so it will be distributed amongst three partners, Ramesh, Naresh and Pankaj. So 22,000, so 8,800 is the profit, distributed equally, 4,400 each. So here Ramesh capital account credit 4,400, Naresh capital account credit 4,400. This is the first part of memorandum revaluation account is closed. Profit is found out, that is distributed amongst old partners in the old ratio, that is between Ramesh and Naresh, equal proportion, 4,400 each. Here if it is a profit, in the second part it ought to be a loss, because second part of the memorandum revaluation account is a reversal of revaluation. So here if it is a profit, then in the second part there will be a loss. If there is a loss in the first part, in the second part it will be again. That you should understand. Now this loss 8,800 distributed in the ratio of 3:3:2, 3,300, 3,300 and 2,200. Revaluation account credit, loss, partners capital account debit. So here 3,300, 3,300 and 2,200 debit. So partners capital account debit, memorandum revaluation account credit. If you want to give a net effect of this memorandum revaluation account, net effect adjusted straight to the capital accounts of the partners, then the entry will be, see, 4,400 and 3,300, 1,100 credit. Naresh, 4,400 credit, 3,300 debit. So 1,100 credit. And here 2,200 debit, nothing is there on the credit side. So net journal entry for this memorandum revaluation account is Pankaj capital account debit 2,200, to Ramesh capital account credit 1,100, to Naresh capital account credit 1,100. This is the net effect to the capital accounts of the partners of this memorandum revaluation. So what is the journal entry that I repeat for you? Pankaj capital account debit 2,200, to Ramesh capital account credit 1,100, to Naresh capital account credit 1,100 is the net effect on the capital accounts that has been generated by preparing memorandum revaluation account. This is an important point to be noticed. After considering this memorandum revaluation account, let me take care of goodwill point as instructed to me in the sum. Value of goodwill is determined 40,000. Pankaj is not able to bring his share of goodwill in cash. Pankaj has decided to show the goodwill at its full value. So book value of goodwill is 0. Valuation made 40,000. Partners have decided to disclose the full value of goodwill in the balance sheet. Increase in value of goodwill 40,000. That will be distributed between all partners in the old profit sharing ratio. That is 1:1. So 40,000, increase 40,000, 1/2 share of Ramesh and Naresh, 20,000 each. So goodwill appears in the balance sheet 40,000. Ramesh capital account, Naresh capital account. This is how goodwill is raised and disclosed in the balance sheet. Generally, this type of accounting treatment is not permitted by the accounting standard, but as I am given a specific instruction in the sum that to raise goodwill and report in the balance sheet. So increase in value of goodwill is credited to the old partners capital account in the old profit sharing ratio. Of course, this type of disclosure of goodwill is not permitted as per the accounting standards. But remember, accounting standards, though on principle basis they are applicable to the partnership firm also, but they are not mandatory, because Partnership Act has never told anywhere that all the accounting standards are applicable for partnership account. So we can give this effect. Now 25,000 cash got, cash account debit to Pankaj capital account. Now I want to close capital accounts of the partners. 55 plus 20, 75 plus 4, 79,400 minus 3,300. 76,000 is the capital of Ramesh. I want to find out the capital of Naresh, that is sale, 76,100, and capital of Pankaj, 22,800. That will also appear in the balance sheet. Now I want to close this cash and bank account, 35,000. Balance 35,000 reported in the balance sheet. I want to have a total of balance sheet. 2,40,000 is the total of assets and liability side. My totals for the balance sheet agrees. I have tried to explain the basic concept of memoranda revaluation account with the help of this sum. I think you must have followed this sum. Thanks to all of you.